Hey guys, here in my kitchen, just finished a workout. I'm probably not, the cleanest at this moment. I spent a little bit of time in my gym, which if it wasn't so dirty, I'd show you a better picture of it, some images, but that's another video for another time. I wanted to talk to you right now about accountability, goals and accountability, turtles, and getting back into shape. Um, I have been in shape, I have been out of shape, as I mentioned before. Probably you've heard me mention it a few times, and I yo-yo. A lot of people do. It's not an uncommon thing. And right now, I'm trying to get back into shape. I got out of shape due to an injury over the summer. I'd had some problems. I am currently rehabilitating myself, trying to get back to where I was, and be happy with what I can accomplish. I've done it before. I can do it again. I'm going to do it currently. This time I'm going to go all the way back to basics, way on back to way back, back before Veggie Man even existed, back before I was vegan, and apply the same principles because the same principles apply. So I'm going to go back to my very beginner basic workout routine and do that for a little while, and then as I get stronger and my gains start to taper off, I will switch to something a little more specific. I'm not going to focus on running quite as much at this point in time as I had been. Instead, I'm going to focus on ruck marching, which, for those of you who are not familiar with a ruck march, you load up some weight in a rucksack or backpack and you take off in a distance at a pace and you carry stuff. And oftentimes it's done with a group, and it's a lot of camaraderie. It's military in its basis, and so it's an experience. If you haven't done it, you need to try it. This particular event is something that was brought to me by my turtles. Backstory on my turtles is they are a group of people that during one of my events that I participated in, they considered themselves to be the slowest of the slow. Well, I fell in with them. I wasn't in a hurry that day, and my wife and I became very, very close friends with them, and they're family. We love them to death. And so one of my turtles came up to me and said, "Hey John, we're wanting to do this event in March, and it is something we'd like you to participate in. Would you like to go with us?" I'm like, absolutely. I can't tell them no. And so that to me was the perfect opportunity to set a goal. And now through this channel, I am going to be held accountable. And of course, I have the goal to achieve. I have to be accountable, so that I can finish that and complete that goal. It's a task. It's something that I want to accomplish. The Bataan Memorial Death March is a remembrance thing in honor of the original Bataan Death March. And so there are a couple of survivors still in existence. They're still alive today, and they usually show up at these events and they will sign autographs or just say hi or whatever, sign your bib sometimes. It just depends on what the festivities are for the event. In any event, the the turtle group, the turtle friends that I have came up to me and they said, "Hey, we want to do this. Would you like to go?" Well, of course, I said yes. I would be honored to participate in any event with them. It's one of the highlights of my life. So I'm going to participate in this event in a few months, and I'm going to do it with some of my turtles. So the the deal is I'd kind of gotten out of shape. I'd had an injury over the summer and allowed myself to gain a few pounds. I'm not proud of it, but I'm not at my biggest, I'm not at my smallest, but it's somewhere that I don't want to be. And I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I'm going to allow myself to accept it for what it is, put in a plan, put into motion a plan that will get me back to where I was and move forward. It's a part of life. I've been obese twice, and I'll even address all that in another video. But I want to get back to where I was. Walking is incredibly difficult for me right now. I walk a couple of miles, and I have a pretty good amount of back pain right now. Just standing here, I am in pain. So my goal is to rehab the injured areas, the muscles that need to be strengthened, and I'll do that through exercise. I'll do that through some yoga, some stretching, and a few things that my chiropractor gave me to do to get me back to where I need to be, so that I can compete in this event and participate with my family. my turtle family, and it's going to be a blast. It's something that I am looking forward to. I'm going to roll out there with the Jeep and the dogs and the wife and quite a few friends. I think there's 10 or 12 of us that are going to be in the sharing a house out there and just having a great weekend. Lots of memories. My Facebook page is full of pictures and memories, and I hope to add more to my albums. So we're going to go do this, and so I've set the goal of doing not the half distance. There are two distances, a half and a full. Of course, I'm going to the full because why not? The rest of my turtles are going for the full because it's big and bad and scary, and some of them don't think they're going to make it, but they're going to try. They're going to do their very best to try. And when they succeed, I will have a front row seat to greatness. I will have a front row seat to someone attempting something and accomplishing something they were not sure they were going to be able to do. You've read about these things in magazines, these lost 200-pound stories, or these overcame great odds stories to get wherever. Oh, there's my timer. Hold on a second. Making some of my vegan foods. I love it. I'm making me some seitan. It's a vegan meat alternative as opposed to killing something to eat it. I choose to make my own. It's higher in protein than most meats, lower in calories, lower in saturated fat. It's a whole other story. It's a whole other video. So, so they do these events, and I'm going to go with them and witness them accomplishing a goal that they set for themselves, and it's going to be absolutely epic. In my world, it's epic. One of my Facebook pages is Strongest You, and it is about being the best you that you can be, and they are being the best them that they could be, and they're not the typical athlete, but they do it. And so I actually have to work at training this time to get back into shape for this event. So I have to get myself ready to ruck the 26.2 miles up and down hills through sand. What makes this a little more challenging for me is not just the walking of the 26.2 miles that this event is supposed to cover, but I'm going to do what they call the heavy division, and that means I'm going to carry 35 pounds in my rucksack before I add water, food, changes of socks, etc. So I'm expecting to carry around 55 pounds when I add a couple of gallons of water, some food, and what have you. So my goal, and I'm telling everyone here, my goal is to be in shape, lose some weight, ready to go, hopefully minimal back pain. I'd like to get it all gone, but 3 or 4 months from now, it's not a lot of time, so I expect a reasonable amount of pain, but not unbearable. I expect to be in better shape so that this time next year I should be pain-free. That's my goal. And so it's going to be fun. I look forward to sharing this journey with you, and subsequent videos that will be following will chronicle some of my training, some of my nutrition, some of my events. Like I said before, I am not your typical vegan. I'm just a vegan man that wants to be the best he can be. So I'm going to go for it. Why not? See you at the finish line.